Warden Road, and a very happy Dave Kevan in front of me. Dave, that's a lot better, isn't it?
Well, obviously we had a little bit of a scare early on. Brownie's made an excellent save in the first sort of 5 minutes or so. But after that, we've controlled the game. Whether Morecambe had 10 or 11 on the pitch, we generally felt quite comfortable throughout.
Perfect time to score.
Absolutely, goals have come at good times, and thankfully tonight we haven't conceded at poor times. And that's been really the story over the last, well, certainly in the spell since I've been at the club. The last 5-6 weeks we've just conceded poor goals, and we've been sort of scratching our heads at times as in how to eliminate those mistakes.
I mean, the first goal was a bit of a strange one. Matt Richards put the free kick in, and it just seemed to just go all the way through, and the Morecambe bench weren't happy about something involved in that.
Yeah, I think it was the initial free kick. I think they felt that it was sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but we felt it was a free kick. Matty, he practices those regular with Neil, on the training ground, and he just puts the ball into that type of area, that good area, and it's eluded everyone and found its way into the back of the net, thankfully.
Overall, though, what did you get tonight that you haven't been getting in recent games?
Well, I think that the manager, Mark, he deserves so much credit, because a lot of managers don't change anything. They stick with it stubbornly. But Mark's, week in, week out, we've tried to come up with something that might just make the difference. And I think tonight, really, Mark has found the answer in that, we've had that sort of extra pass, we've retained the ball better and played with a little bit more freedom, certainly at home where, a little bit more expansively, and, the gaffer deserves great credit for that.
And the players who came into the team certainly played their part as well. Terry Gornell with a goal, and Sam Deering was bright, and David Noble was bright.
Absolutely, all three have played a major part tonight, as you say. And Terry worked his socks off as he always does, but he looked fresher. He looked hungry. And Sam's been bright and enthusiastic in training, and we've said, Sam, if you can sort of transfer that onto the Saturday and a Tuesday night, then you can have an impact for us, and he's certainly done that tonight. And as you say, Dave really done what he does best, and that's retained the ball and got on the ball for us.
And Byron came off the bench. It's good to see him getting another goal. That's 6 for him now, and that can only help and give him more confidence.
Absolutely. We felt, Jamie had done his work and he'd put his shift in and was fantastic. And it was just Byron. We just felt, well, there's goals there. And sure enough, Byron's come on and he's nicked himself another goal.
And there was good passing movements all the way. I mean, in the second half, the Olays were going from the crowd. That can only give confidence. That can only bring confidence and just help things tick along.
Absolutely. I mean, we were very unfortunate on Saturday. We were 8 minutes away from possibly winning another game of football, which tonight would have been our third. But we, as I say, the Olays are nice, but I think we passed the ball throughout with a purpose. As well as retaining it, but we didn't take liberties with the ball, which was important.
The win's nice and 3 goals are nice, but just as important, I guess, is the clean sheet.
Well, massive. We've been sort of stressing that not only to the back four, but to the team. That it's all 11 of us are all responsible for maintaining and keeping that clean sheet. So I think the back four will certainly take pleasure, but I think ourselves as a staff and certainly the manager will be he'll be delighted with that as well, obviously.
Do you feel the squad's been underachieving?
We do. It's hard for me to answer that, to be quite honest. Looking at teams, and I'm not being disrespectful to any of the teams we've played, but there's teams in good positions where we feel we're probably every bit as good as, and the league table doesn't lie at any stage, but we just hope that we can get that little bit of consistency and start, putting 1 or 2 performances and results together.
I mean, that's it, because I think the last 6 games are loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, and that does really show the consistency, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We've got we've got a very difficult game on Saturday, but straight away that's our focus. Obviously we've enjoyed tonight and we're delighted with the 3 points, but now Saturday is the important one, and we've got to go again and try and maintain the levels that we've shown tonight.
That's it. That's the next thing, isn't it? To keep it going, try and hopefully finally build a platform from now on in.
Absolutely. I think you can only start to sort of see some sort of momentum in terms of your league position and climbing up the table when you're putting 2 or 3 wins together on the bounce, and that has to be the aim, or to remain unbeaten for longer.
it was nice at the end as well to be able to put Harry Williams on and then young Zach coming on, and it's just a little glimpse of the future there.
Absolutely, obviously, Russell's been doing a good job with the youth team here, and Harry's been scoring goals for fun. I've not seen the boy play myself, but I've heard all about his goals for the youth team, so he deserved his chance tonight. And obviously Zach is a player that's, there's a lot of potential there as well, so that's obviously very encouraging.
But overall, we've got a happy dressing room finally after the deflation of Saturday. Everybody's happy now.
Yeah, I think they've responded really well, and as I say, Mark deserves great credit because he just felt that we needed freshening up and trying something a little bit different personnel, and he was brave enough to do it, and obviously we got the result that we all desired.
Great, thanks very much, Dave.
Thank you, cheers, thank you.
Dave, you talk about brave selection. I mean, you left out the top scorer and the captain, which some people wouldn't have done, but it has paid off tonight, hasn't it?
Absolutely. He's the manager's not been afraid to make big decisions, and as I say, he deserves great credit for that. And the players have to stand up and be counted in that. Once they are given that shirt and that start, then they've got to take advantage of it and relish it and want to stay in the team. And week in, week out, they haven't quite done that, but we know they're capable of it. But they need to start delivering on it and make the manager's life even harder by not being able to make changes, if you like.
Yeah, you mentioned Scott Brown's save early on, and you look at the final result now. It looks like and it was a comfortable win in the end, but that was such an important save, wasn't it? Because it was just a little bit of tension around the place at the start after what happened on Saturday, and that was a crucial save, wasn't it?
Of course, it would be a big save at any stage of the game, but for it to come so early in the game, it could have set the tone for the evening, and thankfully Brownie's got down to his left there, made a fantastic save, and we've never looked back really from there.
Yeah, and like you said, it's about going on the run now, isn't it? That's the first time you've got a comfortable win. You haven't been just tight at the end and hanging on. Now run.
Absolutely. I mean, we just need to try and just have some consistency in our level of performance, and if we can find that, which I'm sure we will, then I think the results will come. Obviously.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Dave.
Okay,
well done.